Bob Ross, a name that is now synonymous with calm, tranquility, and joyful creativity, led a life that was as unexpected as it was inspiring. Born Robert Norman Ross on October 29, 1942, in Daytona Beach, Florida, his early years were far from the image of the gentle, nurturing art instructor millions would come to know. Raised in a working-class family, Ross was the son of Jack and Ollie Ross. His childhood, while not without its struggles, laid the groundwork for the man who would eventually become one of the most beloved figures in the world of television and art. Ross's formative years were marked by a deep appreciation for nature, and it was in this environment that his love for the outdoors began to flourish. But it was not until later in life that Ross found his true calling in painting, something that many of his fans and even he himself might have found improbable. Before embarking on his career as an artist, Bob Ross had a very different life. In 1961, at the age of 18, he enlisted in the United States Air Force, a decision that would forever change the trajectory of his life. Ross served as a medical records technician, a job that was far removed from the creative career he would eventually pursue. During his time in the Air Force, he was stationed at various locations, including Alaska, which had a profound effect on his view of the world and, ultimately, on his art. Ross spent 20 years in the military, rising to the rank of Master Sergeant. His time in the Air Force not only shaped his sense of discipline and order, but also gave him the opportunity to observe the stark beauty of nature, which would later influence his work. Despite his success in the Air Force, Ross became weary of the stern, authoritarian life of the military and, by his own admission, found himself longing for a new direction. It was during his time in Alaska that Ross was first introduced to the world of painting. He took up oil painting as a hobby, watching instructional television shows and reading books on the subject. His love for the medium grew, and as he spent more time in the wilderness, he began to experiment with painting landscapes. Ross found the process of painting to be a way of escaping the rigid structure of his military life. His paintings, often depicting serene natural scenes such as mountains, forests, and lakes, allowed him to express a sense of calm that he had longed for. By the time he left the Air Force in 1981, Ross had decided to pursue painting full-time. He moved to Florida, where he enrolled in art classes and began to develop his own distinctive style. Bob Ross's big break came when he was introduced to television producer Annette Kowalski. Kowalski was looking for someone to host an instructional art show for PBS, and she saw something in Ross that set him apart from other artists. His gentle demeanor, combined with his natural talent for teaching, made him an ideal candidate. Kowalski and her husband, Frank, helped Ross secure a spot on PBS, and in 1983, the first episode of The Joy of Painting aired. What followed was a phenomenon that would captivate viewers for years to come. For over a decade, Ross brought the world of painting into the homes of millions, teaching people how to create beautiful landscapes with just a few simple strokes of the brush. His soothing voice, calming presence, and his philosophy of happy little trees resonated with viewers, many of whom had never picked up a paintbrush before. Ross's approach to painting was revolutionary in its simplicity. He believed that anyone, regardless of their skill level, could create beautiful artwork. His teaching method emphasized the importance of making mistakes, and he encouraged his viewers to embrace their errors as part of the creative process. "We don't make mistakes," he famously said. "We just have happy accidents." This philosophy was not only a testament to his attitude toward art, but also reflected his broader outlook on life. Ross viewed painting as a way to connect with the world around him, to find peace in the chaos of daily life, and to discover the beauty in the most mundane of moments. His approach was not about perfection, but about expression, and it was this mindset that made his show so appealing to viewers. The Joy of Painting became a cult hit, and Bob Ross quickly became a household name. His soothing voice and calming presence were a stark contrast to the fast-paced, often chaotic world of television. For many viewers, Ross's show was a form of therapy, offering a brief escape from the stresses of daily life. His emphasis on positivity and his ability to create stunning landscapes in mere minutes inspired countless people to pick up a paintbrush for the first time. Ross's infectious enthusiasm and humble nature made him an unlikely television star, but his authenticity and kindness were key to his success. He was not just teaching people how to paint, he was teaching them how to see the world in a new way, how to embrace their own creativity, and how to find joy in the process of making art. Despite his fame, Bob Ross remained grounded and humble. He often expressed surprise at the level of success he had achieved, and was known for his down-to-earth personality. He never sought fame or fortune, and his modesty made him even more beloved by his fans. Ross was a true advocate for his viewers, always encouraging them to follow their own artistic journeys. He often reminded them that there were no mistakes in art, only opportunities to learn and grow. His gentle guidance and unwavering belief in the power of creativity made him a beloved figure to millions of people around the world. Although Ross's television career was the pinnacle of his fame, his impact extended far beyond the screen. He inspired a generation of artists, many of whom credit him with giving them the confidence to pursue their passion for painting. His influence can still be felt today, with his paintings and instructional videos continuing to inspire new generations of artists. The Bob Ross brand has become an iconic part of American pop culture, and his image is instantly recognizable to people of all ages. In recent years, there has been a resurgence of interest in Ross's work, with his shows being rediscovered by a new generation of viewers on streaming platforms like YouTube and Netflix. His influence has expanded into various forms of media, from memes to merchandise, and his legacy continues to grow. Bob Ross's personal life, however, was not without its challenges. He had been married 3 times throughout his life, and his relationships were often turbulent. His first marriage, to Vivian, ended in divorce, and his second marriage, to Jane, was also short-lived. In 1995, Ross married his third wife, Linda, who was with him during the final years of his life. Despite his personal struggles, Ross remained dedicated to his work and to the people who loved him. His passion for painting and teaching never wavered, and his commitment to spreading positivity and creativity remained at the heart of everything he did. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Bob Ross's health began to decline. He was diagnosed with lymphoma, a form of cancer, and his condition worsened over time. Despite his illness, Ross continued to work, filming new episodes of The Joy of Painting even as he fought his battle with cancer. He remained a source of inspiration for his fans, who admired his strength and resilience in the face of adversity. Ross passed away on July 4, 1995, at the age of 52, leaving behind a legacy that would continue to inspire and uplift people for generations to come. Bob Ross's death marks the end of an era, but his influence did not fade. In the years following his death, his work continued to be celebrated by fans and art enthusiasts alike. The Joy of Painting remained on the air for years after Ross's passing, and his art continued to be admired and studied by aspiring painters around the world. His paintings, many of which were sold for modest prices during his lifetime, have become highly sought after by collectors, and his legacy as an artist and teacher has only grown over time. Today, Bob Ross is remembered not only for his contribution to the world of art, but also for his unique ability to touch people's lives. His gentle spirit, positive attitude, and unwavering belief in the power of creativity have left an indelible mark on the world. He is an icon of joy and inspiration, a man who, through his art and his television show, showed the world that happiness could be found in the simple act of painting a tree, a mountain, or a quiet lake. His life is a testament to the idea that it is never too late to pursue your passions, to make mistakes, and to find beauty in the world around you. Bob Ross may have passed away, but his legacy continues to live on in the hearts and minds of all those who have been touched by his art and his message of positivity and creativity. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.